Well, the question is, why do allergies vary so drastically between individuals? First of all, there's a genetic predisposition to develop certain types of allergies. So the regular hay fever, runny nose, sneezing, those kind of allergies, asthma, atopic dermatitis. There's all, and even with the food allergies, there may be a genetic predisposition. That's an arm of the immune system that's a little different than the contact type allergies, the poison ivy, the cosmetics, nickel, metals, those kinds of reactions. So, and those are not as related genetically as far as the predisposition. But the theory is that there are packages of different genes, and it's not as simple as eye color or cystic fibrosis, those things where maybe only one gene is involved, but there may be a whole host of packages of genes, and that if you inherit that package, you have a tendency to develop an allergic response. And then if you get another sub-package, maybe you're more likely to have asthma. If you get another sub-package, maybe more likely to develop atopic dermatitis or eczema. And this is all being researched intensely now, but the answer doesn't seem to be simple. Every time we go to meetings, it seems to get more complicated and not less complicated. So there is a genetic predisposition. If you have both parents who have allergies, there's about a 60% chance that any individual child would develop an allergy, not necessarily to the same things that you're allergic to. So if you're allergic to your cat, your kid might be allergic to ragweed instead or something. And then with one parent being allergic, there's about a 30% chance of developing allergies. And the average population, about a 10 to 20% chance of developing allergies. So there's a genetic predisposition. There's also an exposure. So as Tamara was saying, it's more complicated than you may think. There is evidence that early exposure, for example, to pets within your house, you may develop tolerance, and those kids may be less likely to go ahead and develop a cat allergy, for example, whereas later exposure may predispose them to doing that. And then, of course, no exposure at all would make it unlikely that you were to develop an allergy to that particular thing. So we do have people who get older and that are older later in life who introduce a pet into their household for the first time and will develop an allergy to the pet even though they really hadn't experienced that early on. So genetics, exposures, environmental exposure, and then we just don't know the answer to why some people do and some people may never develop allergies to specific items.
Do you want to add anything to that, Janet?
Yeah. Yes, I wanted to add that I think it's...
Will you hold that up closer?
I think it's interesting to see that in some cases allergies go away, like Tamara said, but I also know that if you've never had poison ivy and you're sure you've been in contact with it, it doesn't mean the next time you are exposed you'll get it, because you can develop an allergy later. So I think one of the challenges for the allergy people is to figure out what's happening when people lose the allergy and what happens when people are gaining the allergy.